welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for October the 21st through October the 27th. If you're new, welcome. I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you'll return. And if you are returning, thank you for supporting this channel and welcome back. Okay, so these readings are for your sun, moon, and rising. And they are for the collective. So please take what resonates and just leave the rest. Sometimes the messages can be very specific if spirit wants to contact a particular person over a particular situation. So if you would like a more tailored and in-depth personal reading, click on this link here. That will take you to my website. You can see what kind of readings I offer. Now, these... before I mention anything else, I do have a Facebook group, and that I do a live stream every 2 weeks in that Facebook group, and it's either about the new moon or the full moon. So coming up, we'll have the new moon coming up this week. So I will be doing a live stream at some point this week in that group, and we look at how you receive that the new moon or the full moon, whatever it is, in your sign. So it's very interesting, and I do that live, and I also have tarot cards on hand to answer questions. Now, another way to support this channel is through Patreon. So click on this link for Patreon and check out my Patreon page. You can donate as little as $1 a month. That's huge for me, maybe not so much for you, but it really helps. Now, what else? Lastly, these readings come in three sections. One is the intro, which is this. Then there's the astrological reading. And then there is the tarot card reading. And I will have skip times to all of those in the show more section below, as well as links to other videos. Sometimes it takes me a minute to update the links to the videos, but hang in there. Or you can also look at the playlist for October, and you can find all the videos in there. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. Now, what an incredible, powerful celestial sky we have this week. First of all, of course, it's all about culminating in the new moon on Sunday. But before that, on Monday, Venus is trine Neptune. Now, this is Monday, October the 21st, and that happens at 3:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a harmonious aspect, and it brings in an intense appreciation for the arts, especially music and painting. You may have a stronger than normal inclination towards spiritual endeavors, or the mystical arts, such as astrology and tarot and Wiccan and things like that. Now, there could be a tendency to kind of sacrifice yourself, to be a little over generous and magnanimous. So that nature that can come out in all of us could leave you open for others to take advantage. Fortunately, Venus is also sextile to Saturn. So Saturn will rein that overly generous nature. It'll rein it in a bit, give it a little structure so that you won't be too generous and you won't be easily taken advantage of. But it is something to keep in mind. Now, the sun moves into Scorpio on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Scorpio. It's your month on the zodiac. So when the sun moves into Scorpio, things get a little more serious and perhaps more intense. It's important. Our relationships are more important. And also authenticity and honesty. We won't be interested in what's the word I'm looking for? Shallowness, or if someone's not quite who they seem to be, we don't have time for that. When the sun moves into Scorpio. Now, at the beginning of the week, we have 2 planets in Scorpio, Mercury and Venus. And then as we move to the new moon on Sunday, October the 22nd, there'll be 4 planets in Scorpio, because new moons are when the sun and the moon are adjacent, are right next to each other at the same degrees. They're almost on top of each other, right? So, the full moons are when they're opposite, the new moons are when they're together. This is a wonderful time to make intentions. And this is a new moon in Scorpio. So it is very emotional. It's very deep. It's very intense. Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac. And Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So there's a lot of Plutonian and Scorpionic energies going on this month. So Pluto is about the planet. It's the planet of transformation, right? So this new moon will give us a chance to really go deep and see what kind of behaviors are holding us back. What needs to change in our lives? Perhaps we need to let go of some people, or a place. Perhaps we need to move. Perhaps we need to let go of some things or some behaviors. It's about searching, going really deep and searching what triggers certain reactions in us, and how can we change that? Are we smoking? Are we overeating? Are we overworking, gambling, perhaps taking drugs, maybe not exercising or taking care of ourselves? Are we sabotaging ourselves in some way? This is an opportunity to co-create with the universe and really go deep within. Transform your life through purification, through Let me tell you, I have been working with Pluto this last week or 2, and that's why you haven't heard much of me online, because I have been in deep, not just cleansing, really purification, getting rid of all my old files. I had these files from, the 90s. So I've been shredding for days and deep cleaning. Everything's been moved. It is plutonic. So if you can do that, it feels so amazing. I have reorganized my whole home and my workspace, so everything kind of flows a lot more easily. So this is an opportunity, and it's an opportunity to look at yourself and how you react. Now, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. It's going to be quite a challenging week, because at the same time, the new moon, that's the moon and the sun, right, are opposite Uranus. Now, this can mean volatile moods and mood changes, and our energy levels may fluctuate. This is really important to resist the urge to react. It can be rebelliousness, and anger can come up. So breathe before you react, and perhaps it might be more prudent to stay quiet. If you have the urge, that impulse to react, resist that. Now, earlier on the same day, Sunday is one of those days. It's like a whoa. It's a hot topic day. So I would be aware of Sunday. These energies are a few days before and a few days after. Excuse me. And the energy of the new moon will carry us forward. So look, this is an intention that we need to make at this new moon of how we can change our life going forward and improve it. It's like, what can we change fundamentally about ourselves? What is possible to change? You know, this energy is behind us for this change. It's, you know, it's got our back. Now, earlier in that day, Mars squares Saturn. This can bring up control issues. This is all about control. It can be about manipulation. It's almost like you have to take control of everything. And you know, people and situations. Now, in extreme situations, you may express cruelty or perhaps even violence to get your way, or somebody may perpetrate that against you. So strive to, this is really important because this, you know, manipulation and anger and cruelty comes from fear, really. That's the underlying emotion is fear. So strive to find out what that fear is, where it comes from. It will give you a better understanding of yourself and perhaps some self-awareness. And when you have that, then you can start to change those things. So this new moon will help in that discovery, the self-discovery and self-awareness. So it is really one of those, this week is all about going within. It's about searching for solutions. It's about searching for the root and help you to understand. Because when you understand, it takes the power out of that fear, right? It stops you from reacting out of emotional fear. Okay, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Gemini, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for, let me just check on the audio. Yes, I do not want what happened to me a couple of weeks ago to happen to me again. I'm going to make sure my audio is working, especially as we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, which is coming up, guys, at the end of the month. So I am very aware of my technical issues. Okay, this is for Gemini. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give, Gemini, for this coming weekend? And, you know, it will affect you. Mercury is your ruling planet, after all. Okay, 3 cards for, oh, there's one. Excuse me, I'm not feeling well, but I'm plowing through these readings anyway. 2 more cards for, for Gemini. Lovely. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've got here. These clarifying cards. These are clarifying cards for Gemini. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Gemini for this coming week? Okay. One more shuffle. I didn't like that shuffle. Didn't work for me, that shuffle. Okay, one more shuffle for Gemini. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Gemini through these clarifying cards for October the 21st through October the 27th? Please clarify. Very interesting. Oh, wow. Please clarify. Oh, yeah, it's so funny. That card that just came out was popping out at me. Please clarify. There we are. Oh, we have some crossover, guys. Okay, take a look at your cards. Excuse me, Gemini. The first card out for you is the Queen of Wands, clarified by the King of Wands, the King and Queen, darling. Then you have the Seven of Cups clarified by the Five of Cups. And then you have the Star card clarified by the Queen of Swords. Gemini. Okay. So the first card out is the Queen of Wands. She's all about self-esteem and confidence and self-worth. She comes up at saying, don't underestimate yourself. So Gemini, whatever you're going through, you need to kind of build up your confidence, you know, your solar plexus area. She is, you know, she's an incredible businesswoman. She's she's a wife, a mother, you know, she networks, she's the hostess with the most, I mean, she just has infinite energy. So I feel that energy is going to come in for you too. And she's a fierce defender, so don't mess with her. Don't cross any of her friends or family because you have to deal with her. She's no joke. And look, she's coupled by the King. I feel that this is about a relationship, and it's about a relationship for most of us, or our relationships, because, you know, it's Scorpio and it's in the 8th house. It's, you know, how we have progressed in our relationships. So the King is, you know, the King wants to be entertained. And he's also a great father, great husband, you know, but he, you know, he gets bored very easily, wants to be entertained, and he can have the tendency to go off the rails a bit too much, just maybe celebrate a little too much, maybe overdo it in some way. So when he comes into a reading, it's asking you to get in touch with your spirituality and remember to do things for the higher good of everyone. So it's about, look, this is about your self-confidence. It's about getting out there. It's about mixing with people. It's about connecting with people. But it's also about connecting in a way that's going to benefit everyone, about being real, being authentic, being you. It's very important during this time to be authentic. Now, the next card out is the I am so sorry. Hold on. I'm going to have to get some more water. Is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is a bit confusing. It's like confusion comes into it. It's like not knowing which direction to go, where to turn, what to choose. And the way to, and look, Merlin's right there, right? So you look, there's change is happening for a lot of us. There's a definite fundamental personal change for people who are waking up, if you will. Uranus is all about waking up, right? It's about, it's thunder, lightning, and that's going to be opposite the new moon. So this is about awakening. Look, when there's confusion like this, the only way, it's the number 7. 7 is introspective. The only way to get clarity is to go within, is to meditate. There are thousands of guided meditations on YouTube. Pick one and go with it, Do it slowly for a little bit, and then bring a meditation practice into your life, because that will give you clarity. Inside are all the answers. Now, clarifying this is the 5 of Cups. So 5, first of all, the number 5 indicates change, right? And he's focusing on the 3 cups that have spilt, right? And he's not even paying any mind or any attention to the 2 cups behind him. So he's just focusing. This card is known as crying over spilt milk. So I always think of this as looking at your cup half full, half empty, as opposed to half full. Listen, the 3 cups have gone. Yes, be a little frustrated, but get over it quickly, because you have 2 cups left, and that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on what you have, not what you haven't. So sometimes when we, when we look around and we see what we have a lot more than what we haven't. It's important not to compare yourself with others at this time. It's important to be grateful for what you do have and focus on that, because we can be too focused on consuming, I mean, we all get caught up in it. We see all this stuff and we're like, oh, I want that. How come I can't have that? Oh, let me shop. Let me do, because we're bombarded with attractive things to buy. So resist that urge. Focus on what you have and say, I have enough. I am enough and I have enough. Oof, I'm getting goosebumps. That's your mantra. I am enough and I have enough. Gemini. Oh, that's going to be the title of this video. Now, the next card out is the Star card. This is definitely a deep healing for you, Gemini. This is balance as well. And this is also, look, the starlight. It represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7 little stars and one big one, right? And the North Star is your path forward, right? And the 7 stars are your chakras. They represent the chakras. And the water is the, wisdom of life. She's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Is 1 foot in spirituality and 1 foot in the manifesting world. Your path is going to be illuminated for you, Gemini. You're going to see the way forward. You're going to come out of this confusion and there's going to be clarity. Go within. Go within, connect with the ethereal realm, connect, because you're going to have clarity and you're going to know which direction to go. And you have the Queen of Swords clarifying her. This is the search for truth. This is honesty, authenticity. This is the truth. She's really intelligent. She's really brilliant. She's an astute businesswoman. This could be a business opportunity that's going to show you the path forward. Maybe a partner, maybe an unlikely partner, if you will. But this is, she's righteous. She's very honest. Sometimes, abrasively so. But I really think this could be a business opportunity coming in for you that's going to show you the way. Regardless of that, go within. Meditate and connect with source energy, because that will give you so much clarity to move forward. Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Comment. I live for comments and feedback and I always respond. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah. I love you all and I'll see you next week.